Hello, hello! Welcome friends to another video. Today I'm sharing with you an example of how I put my thankfulness page together. Another one for the month of November. So continuing on with my autumn journal. This is a page related to thanks, but not just thanks in words, but thanks in motion, thanks in actions, things I can do or be, ways I can show my thanks. That's the reason for this page, to give you maybe a few ideas of things that you might like to try out. This one is especially fun with so many pictures and details. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I have. I'm going to get started by cutting out the envelopes. That's the first little part of the project. These are the cards that go into the envelopes. I printed these on cardstock and the rest of the pictures just on normal paper. I want these little cards to come back to over and over again. These are all different ways to show thanks. I wanted to be reminded of these. I wanted something I could pick out every day and something different, something varied, something creative. And that's why I made these envelopes to the size of these cards. I'm folding them on the little dotted lines. Let me see if they fit, and I'm just going to glue a little tab right there. And there we go. I probably could have made these a little bit bigger to fit that many cards, but I will show you how I use them so that even if you don't fit in all the cards, that's okay. So I'm categorizing now the cards thanks to myself and thanks to others. Of course, some actually can fit both. But this way, I can take the time to share my thanks with others and with myself. Both are important, both needed at different times in my day or in my life. So I find that putting a few in at a time works better rather than all at once. And I'm going to get going with cutting all the little animals for now. You can decide, of course, which ones you want to use and cut out. That's why I've made a wide variety. You don't have to use them all. And now I'm cutting out this little heart shape with the bird's nest. I wanted to make something a little bit different. So I'm thinking of using this as a pocket for my little cards. Here I've made some lines so you can fold it. This one I've also used a little thicker paper. It's not card paper, it's maybe 120 grams, I would say. And I think I'm going to cut a little slit on each side. That way I have a way to close it. You'll see in a minute. I can use a string, a ribbon. I think I like this orange one. If you have yarn, anything that works for you. And that way it keeps it closed like a little bouquet. And the little bird's nest on top. There we go, almost like an ice cream cone. And it's going to keep my card safely in there. These are a few phrases that I've also included on the pages. These are just for fun and to add some color and contrast. I love adding little phrases like this, again reminding me of what this page is all about. And these rectangles, I'm cutting them out as well. And I'm going to use this little thank you here to put on top. And for these, I just fold it in half and then half again. Now I put them in my journal. So this is the way I'm gluing them. I love including something that pops out. just to get my attention. Oh, I'm going to cut out a title. So you have two options, the bigger one and the smaller one. I think I'm going with the bigger one for here. Show thanks is what I called it. And I'm going to put my thank yous like that, the big one on the big one, on the big box. I'm just trying to get a little design idea going because I'm not sure. I don't have anything planned yet. I definitely want to use these animals. Maybe I'll put them here, one with my thank and one with my you. I'm going to trim it a little bit so there's not too much white on the bottom. His nose is going to get chopped off because it's coming out a bit on the side. I'm also trying to use some of my beautiful materials, something that fits the colors. So I gathered the same matching colors that fit the page. And maybe I'll use this pink one. Just trying to get an idea of the size. I'm going to place it, I think, underneath just for a bit more contrast. And this is an idea of how you can rip it. It's always a bit hard to rip a long piece of paper. So I'm just taking my ruler and doing a little zigzag. There, I like how the title can come out. I might end up using 2 spreads for this. There's so many details involved, and why not add more space to give thanks? So here's a way to use the animals, all the animals. I can't leave any out, they're too cute. And I'm going to, first of all, glue this as a pocket. So I'm only putting glue on the side and the bottom. I'm gluing things down right away before I change my mind. I kind of think that the first idea is usually the right one. And maybe I could even use these 4 phrases for the 4 animals. I'm not sure yet. All right, I'm going to glue down at least the things that I already know that I want there for sure. I love having more color, so maybe this one will go in the corner up there and this one here. All right, I'll glue these already. I know these were going to go here. So I make sure that they're in the center of the page. And for the envelopes, I'm using this sticky roller. It's a little sturdier, stronger than just my glue stick. There we go. Look how cute the pop-up look. Fits just right. And now I'm going to do a little trim on these animals because, as I said before, I won't have space to fit everything on one spread. So I'm going to blend 2 together. I like how this little cutout can peek out into the next one. And here's where I can place this other corner. And then I have plenty of space to add in my phrases there. I can see them from both pages. I'm using the red one here below, that way it stands out. And there's contrast on the orange corner. And there we go. Each animal can have its little phrase. And not forgetting my bouquet or whatever, a cone. I love how it looks. And again, it's something else that pops out. And here's the fun part, to kind of use all my extra leaves and decors to put around my paper. You don't have to use it all. I might not end up using it all either, but I'm trying to use as much as I can as a way to fill up the paper, and it just makes me happy. Ooh, I need to make sure that this doesn't fold out on the leaf and bend the leaf. So using all these little details that make this season beautiful. The colored leaves. I love that about the season. And I'm using a piece of paper. That way, wherever I journal, it makes it a little bit easier with lines. I'm going to number my paper, one for each day of the month, using one line per day. Oops, I think there's only 30 days in November. That's okay. In case you want to use this idea for another month, you can do that, or don't make the same mistake as I did. And again, adding some more of those beautiful colored papers. Actually, I got these papers from a paint store. I always take some on the way before I leave. Some that would fit nicely into my journals because why not? If it doesn't fit in my home, it can fit in my journals. So I changed the little title and put an I instead. That way I'm personalizing it. And I'm including ways I express my gratitude. I want to use this little section just as a little, keeping a little record. The cards are for the ideas, but then I want to write down and see how I use them or what I use them for. When did I show my gratitude and how? Because it's fun to come back to later in the future. I might not do all the ideas, or maybe I'll tweak them a bit and change them around. So I want to remember that. And I love these little birds. Again, adding them. It's kind of nice that this spread has all the birds and then the other spread has the animals. I didn't do this on purpose. It just happened. And trying to see where these leaves fit nicely. I don't want to take up too much space from my text box, but include a few here and there. I think I still have enough space to write. Oh, on this page too, I don't want to forget to include a few leaves to bring in the touch of autumn. So if you've seen my latest videos, a few of them are on this topic of giving thanks. There's no way to give too many thanks, which is the reason I've made quite a few pages on this. Not only because it's the season, but also because that's what makes me happy when I dwell, remind myself, and I notice those things that are working well, those things that are good and beautiful in my life. I'm going to just continue the vibe of these envelopes and add a few fun doodles on the page. And here I'm going to use this box, maybe as a little gift box. Oops, except when I open it, yeah, I didn't think of that before, but when I open it, it won't look that way. I guess it can seem that way when it's closed. That's okay. More leaves. Can't have too many leaves, too many touches of nature. And I'm going to try and blend the both pages together by also adding a few doodles here. Just a few lines can add more contrast and shape to a blank white piece of something. I try to outline any place that I write in. It's a way to fill up the page a little bit more. And I'm going to use these words as ways to fill in the blanks. Thank you to, I'm grateful for, give thanks because, gratitude is. And then I'm adding some lines. They're rough lines. That's going with the look. That way I can write there. I think it's just fun to fill up the page. Not really, because I need the lines all over. Again, adding more leaves and doodles. I can repeat this pattern here on this side too. And maybe this way as well. Hey, I love how it looks. This one makes me so happy. I have all the little cards here, and I'm thinking I could put in the envelopes when I finished doing them, and I can place the ones, because this pocket is bigger, I can place them all in here to begin with, or vice versa, start in the envelope and then place the ones here that I've done. So that's a way you can use your little ice cream cone. And I'm going to take ideas from the page and write them here, maybe personalize it, alter it a bit to make the text even more my own. This season always brings me a gentle reminder to pause and say thank you, not only with words, but through small and simple heartfelt actions. So this is the main reason for this page, because my other pages were all in words, and then I want to go a little bit further, go a bit deeper, and show my gratitude, my thanks through actions. Sometimes it includes writing, but also other things. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to download this file if you would like to use it too. Bye for now. Happy Thanksgiving.